Welcome back to another episode of Datitudes with Platitudes. Sorry for cutting this in. One, we had some technical difficulties with our camera the night of the recording. And two, I forgot to say like and subscribe. So, like and subscribe, and we're going to roll with it. So, see you on the other side. Welcome back to another episode of Datitudes with Platitudes. I'm joined with Mufasa today. Unfortunately, our third party, Leather Daddy's not here. He's traveling for work, so I want to wish him well with job completion and safe travels. So, being that we are down one of our core members, this episode is going to be more lighthearted, more funny, more talking about just some stuff we like, and just kind of going from there. You're going to see us smoke cigars, so let's kind of talk about, if you notice we're halfway through, we kind of fumbled the first take of this, so we're reshooting. So there might be some topics that we cover again. You guys won't see it, but we will know. So what are you smoking on tonight?
Yeah, so I have a Drew Estate Deadwood Girl with No Name. It's a sweeter cigar, but not as sweet as some of the other Deadwoods. Solid. It's one of my new favorites. Just bought a box.
Yeah?
Yeah, just bought a box of them. I also brought with me a Tabaccia Special. It's another Drew Estate. I'm a big fan of Drew Estate, but I mean that's like saying you're a fan of the Coca-Cola company because they own like so many cigar brands. Right. But super good. This one's the two-tone, so you get both Connecticut and Maduro wrap. Okay. And then this one's just Maduro wrap.
Nice.
Yeah. What about you? What you got?
I am smoking on a Macanudo coffee flavor. It's my new go-to right now because it's cheaper than the Fat Bottom Betty's from Drew Estate. So, dude!
I know, I just whiffed.
Yeah, man. Is that what it's called? Whiffing?
I don't know. I have a friend who used to do it a lot, and he called it Jeffing a cigar. So, that's what we always call it, but I don't know. I did just whiff it, though.
So, so I'm smoking on a Macanudo. It's coffee flavored. It is a cheaper alternative for me personally than the Fat Bottom Betty, because the Fat Bottom Betty I like's like $14.50 at the cigar shop that I grab. So this one's like $10.95. So
man hasn't graduated to buying boxes yet.
No, because I don't have a humidor.
Easy fix
I
to
know,
a dumb problem.
And I've been looking at them, and I'm just like, do I really wanna?
Mm-hmm.
I really do wanna, but where am I gonna put it? And is my wife gonna like this?
If you get one, you can't get a shitty one. You have to get like a Diamond Crown or something.
I have one loaded in Amazon. It's got like 4.7 stars and 2,000 reviews. It's a nice looking one. Now the one I'm looking at's the cheaper of the options because I can go with like the black stain and stuff like that. It's like $150 for like a 50 cigar humidor. So I'm looking at it. Been looking at it for a little bit of time now. So I'll probably pull the trigger soon. You can leave me alone a little bit, and then I can start ordering some bulk.
Yeah, I have the humidor, which is black and oak mixed together. I think they call it like zebra wood or something. And then I have the matching ashtray. It's beautiful. Absolutely love it. My wife got it for me for Christmas. It was a great gift.
I tried to get my mom to get it for me for Easter, and she said, absolutely not. I hate cigars. I hate the way. I was like, oh.
It smells so good, though.
I think it's just something to do with, a past or something.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a habit for everybody, right? Not everybody likes it. Not everybody does.
Not everybody's cool. It's fine.
Just kidding, Mom. No, but seriously, like it's a habit for those who like it, and not everybody does it the same way. So, like for instance, I will inhale. I'll pull 4 or 5 puffs, and I'll inhale at the end of it. I'm not going to inhale every puff.
I don't inhale at all.
Correct.
Flavor for days.
There are some people that, me, nicotine heathen, and someone who just likes it for the flavor. But, so yeah, that's what I'm smoking on.
Yeah.
So how's your week going? How's your day been?
Yeah, so week's been pretty good. I can't believe it's Wednesday already.
Wednesday.
Yeah, it's been a good week. We're at work we're doing an external audit, so we've been kind of busy with like just audit prep, which is super annoying because everything's there, but they want it in like a certain format and blah blah blah.
Are you digital audit or are you physical audit?
Both.
Those are the worst. So we had audits. So we had a DOL complaint when I came back to work for this company, and I've been back for like 2 years now. So, but when I first got back, there was a DOL audit going on. Like I came back midst DOL audit, and this is
for those who don't know, what is
a Department of Labor audit. There, so essentially, someone said, "Hey, they didn't pay me what I was supposed to get paid on a payroll dispute." So they had to pull records from that time frame, and they pulled a 2-year stint. And I was only gone from the company for a year. So, of course, it's the department I used to manage, not during my tenure, but the department I used to manage. So they pulled the next manager's information and my stuff. So it was really, really nerve-wracking coming back and you're seeing your name on a whole bunch of audit paperwork, and you're like, no.
Yeah, it sucks, especially for us right now because we acquired a company, did regression testing for our new system, now doing audit, and everything's been back to back. It's just been nuts. But today was a much slower day. It was nice. I was home. I work from home, so I was home all day, and it was slow. So I was able to spend a lot of time with my baby, which is awesome. Gave my wife a little bit of a break today. She was able to get some downtime and kind of relax for a bit. Which is really good because next week I'll be gone all week.
Right.
My grandfather passed away, so I'm going down to be with my grandmother for a couple days so she can just not be alone during a hard time. But yeah, I mean, life's pretty good. Grandfather lived a long time, so it's nothing to be sad about,
So when you get to the end, if you up there in age, you've won.
Yeah. Like, so he was like 80, and I'm like, in my mind, like, do you really want to live much longer than that?
Oh, no, so me and my boss were talking about it. Like, if I get to the point where I can't, if I'm 140 pounds soaking wet, because I'm currently 235, if I ever get to that point, then just wrap me up, put me down the river, I'm done. Just go ahead, end it for me.
Yeah, he was pretty healthy. He worked at in Louisiana. It's Winn-Dixie is their big grocery. So he worked at Winn-Dixie.
Winn-Dixie's banging, y'all.
It is.
Like it's so I was in Panama City, not to squirrel away from it.
No,
but
you're good.
I was in Panama City for a job, Panama City, Florida, for a job, and their major grocery chain down there is Winn-Dixie. Dude, I am telling you, every grocery store, the Walmart, the Winn-Dixie, even the Target had a liquor store attached to it.
Oh, Louisiana, every grocery store has hard liquor.
It is fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, here where we're at, up here in Georgia, it's crap.
They do they have wine and beer.
Uh-huh.
But that's it. And then they're like, alcohol isn't actually alcohol. It's like flavored water with like...
It's hard seltzers.
Yeah, but they have like those bottles that look like rum, but aren't rum, but they're flavored like rum. Like, why even?
So it at that point is just a mixer.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So we have separate liquor stores, so it's super annoying because I'd love to be able to go get my steak and whiskey all at the same place.
Yeah.
Not to squirrel away.
No, it's fine. So he worked at Winn-Dixie, and basically, an aneurysm. He woke up one day, didn't feel good, fell, aneurysm popped, and then he was not a vegetable because he could still talk, so they thought he might live, and then he fell again, and then vegetable, and then died 3 days later. So, at least it wasn't a slow death.
Right.
Essentially a 2-week span, because his wife is, my grandmother's old. Very hard for her to take care of him, and then B, no one wants to live like a vegetable. No one wants to be stuck.
No.
So, but they are. not well off by any means. So, the family's getting together to help where they can, and but everything's gonna be good. She's gonna be fine. We were worried because she's gonna lose getting his Social Security.
Yeah.
But he had a pension.
Oh, nice.
That he retired 6 months after they got married.
So she's entitled.
So she's entitled to the pension, which
there we go.
Which makes it so she can live on her own and not have to move in with family, which we were all fine with, mind you. But she was like, I don't want to be a burden, and I was like, Momo, you're not a burden. And I don't know, you know how stubborn old stubborn people are. So,
well, it sucks that happened. I'm glad that everybody's in a position to get everything squared away. So, what you been watching lately? What you been binging?
So, I just finished Rurouni Kenshin.
Mm-hmm.
They did a remake of it. That was like the anime that. Tenchi Muyo, Outlaw Star, Big O are like the ones that, the Toonami back in the day.
Back in the day when Toonami was banging.
Yeah, that like got me into anime when I was a kid. Well, they remade Rurouni Kenshin, and it's solid. They did a really good job with it. They kept pretty much the same storyline, and just like upped the anime style.
Nice.
And it's been really, really solid. I like it a lot. That show got me into like Japanese history because they do like a faux mix of truth and fantasy in it, which is really cool. And I think the character, I like him because he's essentially a veteran with PTSD.
Okay.
Right? So like his whole thing is I can't kill anybody because he was like the best killer during the war. And if he were to kill somebody, it would break him. So he's trying to cope with this, I'm the best, and all these people are trying to challenge me, and they're putting me in bad situations, but also I can't kill them because I'll break. It's good. It's a very, very good anime.
Interesting.
What about you?
So I haven't really watched a whole lot recently. I think I've been trying to sneak in some Naruto episodes here and there because it's still TVPG. So me and the kid can, maybe watch an episode here or there, maybe not expose too much. As we get further into the saga and we get to the Land of Waves arc and, the bridge and all that kind of stuff, maybe we'll back off. Hopefully she'll be a little bit older so it's not so... But
I feel like a good kid one is Last Airbender. Avatar. Yeah,
but like we talked about that Saturday. We talked about Avatar Saturday at the get together, and it's one of those things that's near and dear to my heart, and it'll be really hard to watch with her and not binge it.
I gotcha.
And
I never, believe it or not, I did not like it. Never got into it. I watched it as an adult, and I was like, this is terrible.
We now have beef.
I know, because it's my wife's like favorite. It's the one that got her into anime.
Right.
And I'm just like, I think.
Okay, I get it. Okay, so yeah, as an adult, you watch it. It's kind of like, okay, like when is this gonna get badass? Yeah. When's he gonna? I mean, realistically, you get 5 badass scenes in it every time he enters the Avatar state. He just mollywops the shit out of anybody and everything that's in his way. So I get it.
Yeah, because you got to remember, the first anime I ever watched was Yu Yu Hakusho, which is in my opinion, the best tournament arc anime, hands down. Not even a close second.
Okay. I'm not gonna blow your. I'm not gonna blow it up, but for me it was Naruto.
Yeah.
Right.
That's fine.
And I will tell you that the Chunin exams that was top tier level. Rock Lee kicking the shit out of Gaara. I loved it. But so I get it. Right now, I'm watching Love Is Blind with the wife, and that...
Who doesn't like a good Love Is Blind?
For anybody who's not a reality TV junkie that likes to just watch people be absolute trash on national television, you're missing out on life. Because I swear, Love Is Blind
awesome.
is amazing.
What season are you on?
So we're in season 2. We watched season 1. Season 1 is... Woo!
Season 1's the best of them, I think.
Well, I like season 2 so far because they have real life people. They're not like... Season 1 was a lot of really good looking people. Season 2 had, some plus size people in there because, I got a little belly. So it's nice to see some representation.
Okay. Gotta remember who all was in season 2.
Oh God, that
it's been so long.
Annoying buff guy that he messes up and he calls one of his other date's name, and he storms out and walks off and he's like, "Brr, brr, 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 brr." You're gonna go on the show and you're gonna embarrass yourself. Just understand that.
Yeah.
So like, if you foobar, just own it and say, "Hey man, I'm sorry. I was just." But anyways, yeah. So
that's season 2.
Yeah, that dude.
That dude. Oh my gosh. That guy looks like he is on coke the entire time.
Massive amounts of drugs.
Yeah,
massive
has
amounts.
To be.
He does the weird top teeth thing that hangs over his bottom teeth and lip, and he's he's.
That was a funny season. That was a good season.
Just binging Love Is Blind. Couple of things we've watched recently. Me and my wife watch more, dramatized and stuff like that. If you haven't watched Obliterated on Netflix, highly encourage it. It is fantastic. Don't watch it in front of kids now. A lot of nudity, a lot of drugs, a lot of shooting up people and stuff like that. But it's a really good show. So we watched Obliterated. It's been a while, but we watched the Winx saga on Netflix. That's really good.
My wife's going through the Avatar right now on Netflix, the live action. She seems to be enjoying it.
I'm sorry. So anime is meant to be animated. Leave it the hell alone.
There's a couple I feel like you can do respectfully, like the ones that are not over magicked or over, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like superhuman stuff you can't really do in live action. Like you get the superpowers and you get DC and Marvel, and then all of a sudden you throw an anime in there and you get this whole universe that you get to put in, and you're going to try and challenge the MCU with 12 episodes. I'm not saying that that's the the market they're going after, but understand that 9 times out of 10 your DC, your Marvel peeps also watch anime, or at least I do. I loved MCU, Infinity War setup. Everything else since then, yeah, it's good, but it's not Infinity War setup. I mean, Infinity War had a 10-year arc, great castings, great characters, and just all around, it was set up really nicely.
They did a really good job of effing it up, though, right after.
Right after, we're going to keep this train rolling, and we're going to sometimes you just got to, Fast and Furious, you just got to know when to let it die.
Yeah.
Sorry, there doesn't need to be a Fast 9, a Fast 7, Fast 8.
In space.
80 years old, I've got family on my side. But, so, I mean, yeah, watching stuff, it's where we're at. That's where we're at.
I just got an email today, Spy Family, which is a great family anime, has a movie coming out mid-April. Crunchyroll just sent me the notification. I instantly bought tickets because my wife and I absolutely love that one. And so when she got home from tutoring today, I was like, "Look what I got!"
Oh.
She flipped out. She was so excited. That's definitely one you should watch.
Yeah.
With the family though, it's solid.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, it's like I haven't. Right now, we got Love Is Blind going on. Batman. I'm watching the Batman on Netflix with the kid, and that's what we do for Saturday morning, Sunday morning cuddles.
Is it Gotham?
No, it's not Gotham. It's not the live action. It's straight up just the animated Batman on Netflix.
Oh.
So
Like the one from when we were kids?
Absolutely.
Oh, that's awesome.
I know.
Is it like the Justice League one?
No, it's not the Justice League one.
Okay, I loved it. When I was a kid, that Justice League one, I rewatched it not a year ago, and I was like, God, this held up. It was good.
So I'm sitting here thinking of a show that I was a character, and it's not a show. I'm reading Batman Nightfall with the kid. I'm a huge Batman fan, by the way. You know, because let's be honest, he's my idol. He's just super.
He's the greatest superhero
wealthy.
ever.
Absolutely. If you're all welcome to your opinions, and you can sit here and bash me for mine.
And you can be wrong.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Dude's just a master fighter. He's a great, detective, and he's
wicked smart,
super fucking wealthy. But and so I'm at the part where Batman just comes back broken by Bane, because in Nightfall it's the Bane saga. It's Azrael coming in and stepping in. So we're
some of the best Batman in my opinion.
Absolutely, we're in like page 140 of like 300. So we're like halfway through the book, and Azrael's just starting to don the gear. Like he's literally like we're at the chapter where he's down in the cave looking at the suits, talking about the suits and the benefits of it. So my bad.
Did you read the comic where Batman gets old and then Superman throws him in the Fountain of Youth and to bring him back because the world couldn't basically live without Batman being there, and then Batman ends up getting with Batgirl, who he raised up. And it was solid because like they obviously loved each other, right? But he was 50 years older than her, but now he's this young Batman again, and it was really solid.
I'm sorry, Batman, my dog, dude. He went to town on the Oracle after she got shot by the Joker. I mean, he's my dude.
Yeah.
So it's super. All the Batman verses that are. It's really cool that you can get so many different stories out of one character because of the DC universe. And it's the same way with Marvel, right? A little bit less with Marvel because a lot of their, sagas all tie together and they have a main character line. And, we're not going to talk about X-Men because, X-Men fucked that all up.
I wish they would do a modern-day Batman Beyond. Because as a kid, that was really cool, but I think because we have the older Batman now, with Ben Affleck, I feel like
we could get it.
I feel like we could do it,
except for
and it would be solid.
Except for DC, cut Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot.
Makes no sense because I know people had beef with her of not being Wonder Woman enough looking, but she killed it.
What do you mean Wonder Woman enough looking?
I know she's so Amazon looking.
Correct.
Yeah.
She is a beautiful individual. Yeah. She fit the role perfectly.
I was with you 100%.
I don't like the Flash in the movies.
I don't either.
He is a goober. And he's also apparently a creep online. And apologies if I'm speaking out of turn. Let me know. But yeah, he's a creep. From my understanding.
Yeah. And I hope it's not just media crucifying somebody, but, I agree. He just doesn't seem like he fits the part well enough. Because everybody else...
He's a boob.
Yeah, everybody else really, they were solid picks.
I don't like the slow-mo running that he does.
Yeah.
It's very dumb.
It's dumb looking.
But, so...
Yeah, I am DC over Marvel every day, even though... Arguably, Marvel movies are better. I like the DC universe better.
Okay, so yes, Marvel has better movies. My hands-down favorite character from Marvel is Thor. I mean, let's be honest, Chris Hemsworth is a perfect casting for it. Thor Ragnarok, where they recast Thor as this funny kind of goober, is just great. But, again, when it comes back to my upbringing, DC animated.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? The animated DC stuff was just always popping. It was always on, and it's super good. Marvel, absolutely hate their animations.
Yeah.
I don't care for their character depictions or anything like that.
And let's be honest, Tony Stark, Iron Man, is the only reason that Marvel succeeded for the first 6 years.
First 3, because Chris Evans is fantastic Captain America.
All right, first 3 years, fine. I can agree with that.
Because I will give it to Marvel. They did a stellar job with their casting. I loved pretty much everybody they casted for their people. They did a really good job of casting picks, and you honestly couldn't ask for a better cast. I do feel, again, the big hype around Marvel is the Infinity Saga.
Mm-hmm.
After the Infinity Saga, nobody's really like, oh yeah, we love this. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is good.
Is mid.
Is good.
Is mid, and you
but
know it.
Guardians of the Galaxy 1,
solid.
Great movie. Fantastic. Ant-Man, great movie.
I have not seen Ant-Man.
Dude, come on.
It just didn't pull me in.
Black Panther.
Black Panther's solid.
Solid, great movie. So, well, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back. We are back for the second half. So in the first half, kind of talked about, some anime stuff, some movie stuff, some DC, Marvel. So we're not just movie nerds and anime nerds. We do other things.
Yeah, so I think we're just trying to do this so y'all can get to know us a little bit. And one of my hobbies is I love music. I'm one of those people that can just sit in my chair and just listen to music and zone off into another world. And because of that, I got into building speakers.
They're pristine.
They're really fun.
Really great.
Yeah, I love horn speakers. So Klipsch is known for their horn speakers. And so I looked at getting a pair of Cornwalls, they're like upper mid tier, not their like La Scala premium, but they're like, $10,000 or something, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so
upper mid tier, $10,000. Okay.
Yeah, so no, I ain't rolling like that. So I looked at their crossovers and their design, and I kind of came up with a similar design, but one that would only cost about $1,000 to build.
Okay.
So it's like same quality drivers, same quality wavelengths for the horns, and I just designed it myself and built it myself. I'm a huge fan. There's a brand called Eminence. They provide the drivers, the speakers, for a lot of companies, and they have very high efficiency speakers. And what that means is essentially the woofer, I have 15s on each of mine,
so
which
big
are
boys.
Big boys. They're big boys. I have 15s, but they have an efficiency of 100 dB per watt given at 3 feet away, while horns have like 110 efficiency.
So super comparable.
So close. And so basically what you do is you just tone down the horns so that they're not, with your wiring, with your crossover, you tone down the horns to try to match up the efficiency as much as possible. And so I built these speakers. It's stereo. I don't do surround sound. I do left and right, just stereo.
Keep your nose away from the brownie, sir.
It creates an amazing soundstage. Like if you close your eyes, it's three-dimensional. You can hear the singer in front of you, the drums in the back. It's really, really cool. And so I got really into music after that. I thought I was into it. I got really into it after that.
So into music, my man sings at church.
Yeah. So Yeah, I very much enjoy it. They're really cool, and so then I got addicted, and I just started building speakers. And I have these others that are open baffle in my downstairs area. So my clipped knockoffs are in my office. That's where I work, and I have music or something playing all day. And then downstairs we have a pretty open floor plan, and I did these open baffle speakers, which are two 15 inches woofers, and then a mid and high driver, and very different sounds, but it's just, I always said life is too short to drive a shitty car. Life is too short to
Listen to shitty music?
listen to music on shitty speakers, because it is a night and day difference. Like the Clips knockoffs upstairs, it's like you're at a live concert.
So let's also talk about the fact that you have portable, what are they, JBLs?
Yeah, the big battery JBLs.
Yeah, that are also RGBIV or
Yeah, and they're stereo, so you can set them up as stereo or daisy chain, and they have like freaking 20-hour batteries on them. And I bring them to every event outside, and I always have music playing.
we did karaoke at New Year's. So that was was it this New? No, we didn't do karaoke this New Year's because
we did karaoke for something.
Yeah, because your wife was having real bad pain. You ended up going and getting her checked out New Year's Day, so you guys dipped a little early.
Yeah, but for something, and you can just hook up a mic
Halloween
to it.
party.
It was the Halloween.
The Halloween party.
Yeah, and so they're just, it's that's for me, because that's something I love. You find time and money for the things you love. And I absolutely love, we play Matt, you find time for it.
Or you're thrifty and you just take people's hand-me-downs. Because, Leather Daddy likes to play vampires, and I didn't think I was going to like playing vampires because I'm a super aggro player. So I play with the Dino deck. I have a Proxy Kalia deck and a Proxy, what's her name? Cathar? Anyway, so I have a couple of proxy decks that are super aggro, and Leather Daddy was getting rid of one of his vamps that he bought because he's got Edgar, and Edgar happens to be the best vampire out there ever on the planet, and so I got that from him for I think a cigar. I think I bartered a cigar for him. No, it was pizza. I bought the pizza that night, and I was like, just call it even. We're fair and square. And so I didn't think that I was going to like it as much as I did and as much as I do. And so that's my go-to deck now when we play is Vamps.
Yeah, I think I have a friend who has like 6 decks, and they all play basically the same or very close. And I told him, I was like, that's dumb. The whole reason you have different decks is so that you can play different styles,
right?
Play different ways, because you get bored of playing the same way over and over again.
It's like, correct. So I have like a Mishra artifact deck that plays completely different than my Dino deck, which plays completely different
than Vamps.
Yeah. And you explore your options so you can figure out what play styles you like the most. Obviously, you're going to play the play styles you like the most a little bit more than you play the other ones, but you don't ignore your other ones.
Yeah.
If you play the same way, then people are just going to play the same way against you, and then it gets stale.
Yep. And we play Commander, just by the way, if that wasn't clear.
Yeah, it's the only way to play. I'm sorry.
It is. It's the best way.
But yeah, so like kind of talking about music and stuff like that. Sorry to squirrel away into Magic. You like you were saying, you find stuff with the things that you love. For me, what I like to do is I've made Mufasa and Leather Daddy join my gym, and we all go and work out together now because I enjoy lifting weights and being one of those individuals who lifts weights. I may not look it because I like to also eat cheeseburgers and brownies, but zebra cakes, man, zebra cakes. But yeah, no. So I mean, I really like going to the gym, and I like going with y'all.
Yeah,
because I think we've definitely seen a bigger growth, and I think we're all a little bit stronger for it. Something else that I like to do is I like to play Hogwarts Legacy on the Nintendo Switch because I'm also a Harry Potter nerd. I grew up with Harry Potter. Like, so that was like one of the things that we did was go in and see Harry Potter as it released in theaters. By the way, I'm also a Twilight nerd. Thanks,
No,
sister.
you're not.
Yeah, I am.
You're better than that.
No. Okay.
Like, I can get being an Underworld nerd because Kate Beckinsale is...
Underworld's fantastic up until after 3. After 3, again...
I didn't like the Lycan one.
Coming back to it, know when to let it go.
Mm-hmm.
But, no, I'm a Twilight nerd, man. Not because, like, I read the books or anything. I just think they're so garbage they're funny.
That's fair.
So, like, when fall comes around and it's a little shitty outside and, it's cold and we want to just hang out and watch, it's almost yearly, me and my wife will watch Twilight and just cackle and make fun of and just have a grand old time. Because it is, the acting is so bad that it is funny. And I'm sorry, Kristen Stewart,
I'm not
Robert
sorry.
Pattinson, if you're watching this, one, I don't know why you're watching us, but, sorry if I offend. But, yeah, so, Harry Potter Legacy, I've played probably, I got it in December for my birthday, and I have probably played like 30-some hours into it, and I'm only 20% done with the game. Dude, it's a big game. It is no joke. Now, also, on the Switch, I played Kingdom Hearts 3, because Kingdom Hearts 2 I played growing up. It was my introduction to Kingdom Hearts.
You started with the second one?
Started with the second one.
I started with the first.
So I started with the second one and fell in love, absolutely. Me and my sister played it one summer, and I'll never forget the summer. We played every day, and just
They were great games.
Taking turns with them. So we played Kingdom Hearts 2 for a summer, and we got to the final boss. Neither one of us that summer could beat the boss. So we mulliganed until the next summer and came back and beat the boss and, had a really good time. And so when Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, they bought it for me on the Xbox. And then, I had a kid and, that kind of, puts a damper on what you like to do personally until you figure out a schedule that works, that gives you a little bit of time back and also gets you taken care of, with spending quality time with family. So I bought it on the Switch when it was on sale, and I played the shit out of it on the Switch. I also kind of may have cheated because they have this like health regen mode that you can put on that I played because I like the story, and that's what I play it for, is for the story. So I was thinking about it because me and my boss, so my boss is mid-40s, and he, we were talking about video games yesterday. Super funny that we were talking about video games, and he played the first Call of Duty. And that got me thinking, man, video games are trash now. It's all multiplayer. It's multiplayer or nothing. I remember getting MW4, MW2, Black Ops, not for multiplayer. Yes, multiplayer was a big kicker in it, but the stories.
I think that's why they've done this big, with the Souls games, right? Where
The Dark Souls, yeah.
Yeah, where it's just story-based, no multiplayer. I miss all the couch co-op games. Where you and your friend could play on the same console, play the game like Halo.
Halo?
Yeah, where you could play the game together.
What's your favorite Halo?
3.
2.
No way.
Yes way. When you're... Dude, 2.
3.
It is 2. Halo 2, hands down.
Halo 2 was really good, but I feel like Halo 3, But
Halo
I guess
3
Halo 2 story was better. Halo 3 multiplayer was better.
Halo 2, going back to the
Okay,
story
I can give you that.
Halo 2 story where you could co-op, it was also longer. Halo 3 was like a 9-hour campaign.
Sounds about right.
Halo 2 was like a 14-hour campaign. So, me personally, Halo 2 takes it, on the couch co-op thing. Two of my favorite video games of all time, hands down, Need for Speed Most Wanted.
Underground 2.
Most Wanted.
Underground 2.
Most Wanted.
You're nuts.
Free roam.
Free roam's fine.
You can
But
free,
play like a Forza game if you're getting... Like, Underground was all about the...
running from the cops, bro. But also kind of really partial to Need for Speed Most Wanted because my cousin, who was a big, factor in my life when I was young, me and him hung out all the time, and he was a little bit older than I was, and one of the things we did was we played Need for Speed Most Wanted together on the PS2. Not to put his stuff out there, but, there was a period of time where we were all together, me, him, and his son, and we were just hanging out at the apartment and playing, so my second cousin. Now, MW2, Spec Ops.
I was a PlayStation guy, and I don't remember playing Modern Warfare Spec Ops. Wasn't that like Xbox mostly?
So it was part of the game. It may be MW3. No, not MW3 because MW3 is new-ish, like past 5 years. MW2, where you could go and play round and round and round with your buddy on a split screen, and you could just fight waves. So kind of like zombies or stuff like that. But
I loved zombies.
But you were playing against people with guns.
Okay.
So it'd be like you and him, and it's like almost like a lone survivor kind of situation where you have to hole up, you get refills and restocks after you complete so many waves. That, hands down, my buddy Danny, and Danny, I'm going to drop your name on this if you watch this, sorry man, but me and him used to play it all the fucking time. And then me and my buddy Jacob, who lives out in Dallas, would also play all the time. And I had two buddies that I alternated whose house I was based off the season because Danny was gone during the summer because he would go home and visit his mom, where his mom and his dad were split. And then my buddy Jacob, during the summer, I'd go hang out with him because he was a wrestler. So when wrestling season came up, it was wrestle or nothing.
Yeah.
There was practice every day after school, and then every weekend there was tournaments and stuff like that. So
Yeah, I loved Nazi Zombie. That was so much fun.
I have it on the PS3.
Do you?
Yeah. So I have a PS3 in the loft, and every now and then I'll throw it on and play like old school zombies because it's so much fun.
It is.
But coming back to it, the video games, like, there's just a huge drop off in story to give a shit about stories now, and it's just it's sad because I really feel like the highlight of gaming, the golden era of gaming, was when we were younger.
Yeah, because gaming caused a community, because all your, like, even if it was a LAN party and everybody brought their TVs and consoles and you all played together, I don't feel like that's a thing anymore, really.
But you can't. You can't do it on modern games, so you can't go to your buddy's house and boot up. You have to sit on your own TV, on your own console. And then if you're all on the same Wi-Fi, you're lagging out.
Yeah.
And so it
Like, I love the new Borderlands, or all the Borderlands.
Borderlands are solid.
They're so fun. They're, like, stupid but fun story modes.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, you can couch co-op it. You can play it with your spouse or your friends.
That was another one me and my buddy Jacob played. Was Borderlands 2.
I loved it.
One of my favorite all-time games, top 5, is Destiny 1. Me and my wife, in our first place that we had together, played Destiny 1. I played on the main TV, the 55, and I got her a 32-inch. When I got out of the Army, I had a couple of TVs. I don't know why. I do know why, because I played WoW in the Army.
So wait, did you not buy, like, a Challenger? I thought everybody in the Army buys a Challenger the second they get out.
No, I stayed away. Funny story, we talk about military vehicles. My military vehicles, I went in with an older, like, 90s Mercedes, or 2000s Mercedes that my dad bought for my graduation gift. It was owned by an older lady, so it was like not a badass Mercedes. It was an old lady Mercedes, and so I had that when I first got in. And then after that, I decided that I was going to buy a truck. So I bought I bought a Jeep Cherokee 2000s.
Those were so good.
That was banging because the headliner had fallen, and the guy I bought it from redid the headliner with plaid.
Cool.
So it was a plaid headliner, and it was cherry red, and
and those had the 4.0 6-cylinder.
Yep.
That were bulletproof.
Mm-hmm.
Those were such good. My dad had a red one, 2-door. They were so cool.
I had the 4-door, and so I sold my Mercedes to a buddy of mine, and then I ended up trading my Jeep for a 2000s Chevy Silverado because another guy on post was looking for a vehicle because he was just about to have a baby, so he needed to get rid of his 2.5 door truck with the suicide doors in the back. So I got that. And then that didn't have AC. A lot of my vehicles didn't have AC.
Same.
So I got rid of that and got a little Ford Ranger 1994 splash stick shift. And that was a fantastic little truck. Till I sunk it in a mud hole and blew a freeze plug. Because on post we had a couple of places we could go off-roading on. And I decided one storm to go off-roading, and I ended up in a really bad ditch, or a really bad rut where the water came to the hood.
I feel like a motor for that car is like less than $1,000 though.
Yes, but I did it with like 2 months to ETS.
Oh.
So I only had 2 months left in service, and so I was getting out, and I needed the vehicle, and I didn't have the money to put an engine in, and I didn't have any more credit that I wanted to put on it. So I traded it to a buddy for a set of tires on a Ford Explorer that another buddy was giving me. And then I ended up just taking out another loan and buying a Dodge Durango. And I got out with a Dodge Durango, and that was a 2000s Dodge Durango. By no means was I ever driving anything new.
Was it the V8 Durango? Yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah, it was the V8.
Okay.
And
the Magnum, I think it was.
Yeah, it was. It was the V8 Magnum.
Yeah.
It was silver too, the iconic one. So I had that, and then got out, and I threw a camshaft sensor in the middle of an intersection, so I had to get out, push it to a parking lot, walk to AutoZone, buy a camshaft sensor, and go put one in. And then when I got back to Georgia, I didn't want the Durango anymore for personal reasons, and so I got a Ford Xterra that had a
Nissan Xterra?
Yeah. Did I say Ford Xterra?
Did.
My bad, Nissan Xterra.
Those are great cars.
This one had had a knock sensor that went bad on it, so I cut in a new knock sensor, but it never would pass emissions in the county I was living in at the time. So I said,
stupid.
So I said, fuck it.
Way.
And went and bought a 2011 Ford F-150 EcoBoost 4-door King Cab, and drove that till I traded that for my little man wagon that we got. And then my wife sold her car when we were at Panama City, and I always had a company truck. So I ended up buying a 2011 Silverado, so that's what I'm currently driving. So
nice. Yeah, I've gone through some cars. I started life with my uncle gave me his '96 Saturn, and then graduated to a lifted Nissan Frontier. It was nice. It was.
Don't lick
it
your
was
chops
good
at me.
Then from that, I went to early 2000s Passat with the 2.8. That it was the one that looked exactly like the A4, Audi A4.
Okay.
They were good looking, with the red lights in the inside.
Mm-hmm.
It was solid. And then I started driving really fun cars. Like after that, I bought
Corvettes and
I bought a C4 Corvette that was bored out. It was like probably 500 to the wheels. I used to drag race it. It was fun. And then I bought a C3 Corvette that I dailied. Speaking of not having AC, neither one of those Corvettes did.
But it went fast.
It went fast, so it didn't matter. And I just took the top off, and it was fine. Then I bought a Z3 BMW, which was super fun. Also no AC. But it was a convertible, so it didn't matter. But it was manual. It was fun. That was a good car. Never really had any issues, but I got a big boy job where I had to drive into Atlanta every day, and I was like, I can't have a car without AC. So I bought a 2 Series BMW after that, which was also a really fun car. But I didn't realize, like, everything's plastic on those. The oil pan is plastic.
That's dumb. That's really dumb.
That's really dumb. So what happened was I brought it in for an oil change, and whoever oil changed it before me, I guess the dealership or whatever, over-tightened the thing, which is also plastic, the oil plug, and destroyed it. So they couldn't get it off, and the only way they could get it off is by breaking the plastic. And it broke the oil pan. And it was like $3,000 to get it fixed. So I paid it, and then I sold it.
Yeah, I'm done.
And I broke even. All of my cars, I have either made money or broke even on.
I've lost on every vehicle.
Nope, never lost money. I've always bought when I thought the market was good. And so now I drive a 2010 Camaro.
It's pretty.
It's pretty. It has the 6.2 liter. And I'm looking at doing some cams and upgrading like the lifters and push rods and trying to get it a little bit better. But yeah, I've always pretty much driven fun cars because, like, you know, gas mileage really doesn't matter. I don't drive a lot, and I just want to have fun, you know. So,
Life's too short not to have fun.
Life's too short not to have a fun car. At least one. Like, I have a kid and a wife, and all 3 of us fit in the Camaro. It's fine, you know? So it's like, doesn't even matter.
Well, so we're coming up on our timer, guys and girls. So I appreciate everybody who tuned in. Thank you, guys. We'll try to get together again soon and get another podcast going with Leather Daddy.
Yeah, when he gets his butt back in town.
I know, dude. His job sucks. His
Yeah.
job sucks.
Yeah, he's out for a week, back for like 3 days, and then out for like 2 weeks or something.
Yeah, so like he's out right now at a job site, working off site, and then he's flying back in Friday night, and he flies back to the job site Monday after Easter, and then he'll be gone for like 2 weeks. So, and that's not going to give us a lot of time at all to get one in. So you might get another podcast with a special guest.
Yeah. Or a few special guests. Maybe we could do.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then, you know, next week I know you're out, so we'll probably mulligan until you're back.
Yeah. Probably 2 weeks.
Yeah. Probably 2 weeks until you get another one. So anyways, again, thanks for tuning in. Remember, Dad approved.
Dad approved.
Peace out, Tiger Scouts. That was really good.
Yeah.
Bubba got lovin's in that second half.